Park from the University, and I will review the paper medical LLMs fine-tuning versus retriever-augmented generation. Since this paper reviews multiple LLM models, I thought it would be meaningful for the selection of the generating model in REG. Therefore, choose it for review. The presentation will follow the same structure as the paper. This paper is published in the Bioengineering journal and compares three strategies: fine-tuning, REG, and fine-tuning plus REG for effectively applying LLMs to medical QA tasks. It evaluates for five major LLMs: Llama, Pi, Gemma, Mistral, and QN, using various metrics to analyze performance, efficiency, and semantic consistency. For the introduction, the paper emphasizes that recent advances in LLMs have greatly influenced NLP tasks and expanded their use in fields such as medicine. LLMs can improve data sets, support diagnosis, and aid clinical decision making. But tasks like diagnostic support and symptom assessment require high accuracy, reliability, and contextual relevance. To address this, the study fine-tunes five pre-trained models, as I mentioned, with medical data and applies REG to integrate up-to-date medical knowledge in that compares fine-tuning REG and fine-tuning plus REG to identify the most effective approach. For the related work, several studies have adopted approaches such as fine-tuning and REG to optimize LLMs for domain-specific tasks. Some works examine the effect of REG and fine-tuning on low-frequency domain knowledge, showing that while fine-tuning substantially improves performance on both frequent and rare entities, REG ultimately achieves better accuracy. Other studies have also explored LLM adaptation for Portuguese QA. For the proposed framework, as mentioned earlier, three methodological approaches like fine-tuning, REG, and fine-tuning plus REG are implemented to enhance the medical QA capability of the models. Fine-tuning one medical dataset produces specialized versions suitable for medical queries, while REG leverages external knowledge retrieval to improve quality. The hybrid fine-tuning plus REG approach combines both to maximize performance. For evaluation, standard medical QA benchmarks are used. Metrics such as BLEU, GLEU, and BOT score are applied to assess generative responses against reference answers, including semantic similarity. For the system design architecture, the dataset consists of 47,457 QA pairs collected from medical sources such as National Institutes of Health. The LLMs include Meta, Llama, Pi, Gemma 2, Mistral, and QN for the retrieval database. ChromaDB is employed as a vector database, enabling efficient storage and indexing of dense domain embeddings and supporting fast, accurate document retrieval during inference. Well, for the methodology, in the pre-processing stage, or QA data are transformed into training-ready formats based on the alpaca dataset structure. Prompts are formatted with instruction, input, and output. For Pi fine-tuning, the Pi 3 format is adopted. Shared GPT-style open assistant dialects are also used. Mr. employs the chat ML format with Llama, Gemma, and QN use Replica Compass too. For fine-tuning and RAG implementation, as noted earlier, pre-processing is applied to all data to improve computational efficiency. Models are quantized to 4-bit precision using the bits and bytes library, and training is performed over a single epoch. Each dataset entry is converted into predefined templates optimized for LLM training. For REG, the training dataset is structured as a pandas data frame and saved as a CSV file. Document chunks are created using a text splitter with 500 token windows to optimize retrieval granularity. Many LMS exploit two-sentence embeddings are applied with model preloaded in 4-bit precision for efficient inference. After encoding the chunks, response generation is top K is 30, sampling with temperature is zero point 0.5 to balance diversity and consistency, with outputs limited to 256 tokens. ChromaDB's approach is through a memoryless conversational retrieval chain that queries the database to fetch the most relevant chunks per question, which are then processed by the LLM for answer generation. For a fine-tuning plus RAG approach, in this hybrid approach, RAG is applied on the top of fine-tuned models, leveraging the strengths of both fine-tuning adjust model weights and biases to improve domain-specialized responses, while RAG integrates external database retrieval during generation to enhance accuracy and relevance. For evaluation, a protocol based on 75 standardized medical questions is designed to ensure responses are contextually appropriate for both medical professionals and patients. Multiple metrics are used. BLEU evaluates n-gram precision. Precision measures the percentage of relevant tokens retrieved, and recall estimates the percentage of actual relevant tokens correctly tagged, which means subsequence overlaps to assess structure similarity. Meteor evaluates exact matches, stemming, synonyms, and quick phrase. Word score has, based on word embeddings, is calculated in terms of precision, recall, and effort to capture different aspects of similarity. Expert cosine similarity is also applied to measure the closeness of embeddings generated by expert. The research includes training time, training loss, GPU efficiency, and overall model performance. Training times where Gemma was 3 hours per minute, Pi was 3 hours 30 minutes, Mr. was 1 hour 20 minutes, QN was 1 hour 50 minutes, and Llama was 1 hour 90 minutes. These models were trained under two different hardware configurations. I will not go into the details here, but the specifications are provided in the slides of the paper. For perplexity, Pi achieved the lowest score, showing strong robustness even with perfect quantization. QN, Llama, and Mr. maintain stable performance in the 30 to 50 range, with Llama showing clear improvement after fine-tuning. Gemma, however, dropped for the score, as you've seen, indicating instability and vulnerability to quantization. Semantic evaluation metrics were applied across LLMs and methodologies. Llama achieved high value and rich score, with RAG alone demonstrating strong domain adaptation even without fine-tuning. Pi achieved the best performance for value and Rouge when fine-tuning plus RAG was combined. Gemma generally showed better research in RAG than fine-tuning, while fine-tuning plus RAG delivered intermediate performance. QN showed minimal differences across fine-tuning RAG and fine-tuning plus RAG, suggesting architectural limitations on the need for further optimization. Mr. demonstrated clear performance gains with RAG over fine-tuning, but Reg plus fine-tuning slightly reduced performance, again pointing to the need for additional optimization. The research showed that fine-tuning reg and fine-tuning plus reg each have distinct strengths depending on the model architecture and task. Fine-tuning plus reg yield the most significant improvements across various settings, particularly in domain-specific applications such as agriculture and Portuguese QA. Fine-tuning alone proved highly effective in structured settings like chatbot development, standalone reg exert in scenarios requiring a rapid adaptation to new information or multi-source data, and was especially suitable where fine-tuning might be hindered by high resource cost or hallucination risk. The study compared three approaches: fine-tuning, reg, and fine-tuning plus reg across multiple LLMs using metrics such as perplexity, BLU, and BERT score. Models that reduced perplexity also performed well on task-specific measures like semantic consistency and Rouge score. Llama showed the highest consistency across evaluations, demonstrating strong text generation resilience. This provides practical insights for deploying efficient LLMs in resource-limited settings. For limitations and future direction, for data perspective, some models may have seen medical QA during pre-training. Single dataset reliance limits generalizability, and for training, fine-tuning over a single epoch leaves room for optimization and better generalization. And last, for the evaluation, automated metrics were used, but expert review is needed for clinical accuracy. And this is the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening.